no, give me. We're doing like this. Okay, fine.
Hello, it's me, Sarah V. I think I need to change that name, but I don't know what to. Anyway, so it's been a while on this channel. Thank you for being patient, guys. When I was in Hong Kong, I caught a cold and I lost my voice, so I couldn't film a lot at the time, but I still wanted to show you guys some stuff, so I thought what I'll do is I'll film some clips and now I'll take you through it here now I'm back in Seoul. I'd like to say as a side note, when I was in Hong Kong, when I arrived was right when it started to get quite serious, and so this has been quite a while since I've been there, as in the time between filming and uploading this video there's been quite a while, and there's been a lot more happened to do with the protests. And so I just want to say my heart goes out to all the people of Hong Kong. I have a lot of friends who are from Hong Kong, or their parents are from Hong Kong, and it's really sad to see. I thought of not uploading this video, but I thought there's so much beautiful parts of Hong Kong that I thought it would be really sad not to share that. So this is things that I found interesting or surprising in Hong Kong, and that also includes a mini haul on the things I bought in Hong Kong. I didn't buy much besides food, to be honest, so it's not a big haul. It's like a what's a smaller version of a haul? Just a normal shop. So the first thing that really surprised me about Hong Kong was the escalators in the subway are so fast. In Australia, escalators in general are reasonably slow, I guess. But in Hong Kong, you step on the escalator and you get that jolt where you're like, whoa, because they're so fast. I don't think the shopping centers weren't really like this, but just the subway ones. And I think that's because there's so many people in the subway that it's just like to move people through. The other thing as well that I found interesting was there's so many boats coming in and out of Hong Kong. Now this seems obvious to the remotely well-read of any of us. Hong Kong has always been a trade port. I went to Hong Kong about 7 years ago, but I didn't register how many trade boats were coming in and out. Because Hong Kong's a trade port, there was so much like fresh mango and stuff, and it was so much cheaper than it is here in Korea. Also, there was Australian chocolates in the supermarkets. It's all Australian. They have 12. They're made in Australia. Being in a foreign country, but still having all of this Australian like supermarket kind of grocery kind of things, I was like, this is amazing, this is fantastic. So that was really, really cool and really unexpected for me. The other thing as well is when you get on the bus, you don't tap off with your octopus card, which is their, like, it's a public transport card. Because in Korea, you tap on and you tap off, and same in Australia where I'm from. And I think that's because it's quite big, so if you're going a shorter distance, you pay less. But Hong Kong is quite small, so I think it's the same fare wherever you go, which is pretty cool. But it was really weird for me to get off the bus and not like tap off, because I'm such like used to that habit. I was like, it's gonna charge me, but didn't. So the other thing is, now I knew this, but the delicious food. I knew Hong Kong had delicious food because I went there 7 years ago with my friend, and she showed me so much delicious food. So I had a list in my head of all this food I wanted to eat for the last like 7 years. Particularly, like, I feel like Hong Kong does like noodle soup dishes really well, and there was this place near the hotel that I was staying at, was like super run down, like hole in the wall place, but it was like the best noodles. It was so good. I think we ended up going there 3 times. Is it Xiaolong Bao that Din Tai Fung does, where it's like the dumpling with the soup in it? It was like a gigantic one of them that you could get as well, and I was like, amazing.
You want to know the secret of how good my skin is? Keep steaming. me. We're doing like this. Okay, fine. That one's really cool.
This is the actually no, this is the dumbest thing I bought back. The egg waffles in Hong Kong, like my love for them is just unparalleled. I kept the bag. The waffles were particularly delicious, and this bag was particularly cool. Use it to put like a pop plant in or something. Like I feel like that would be really cool. And I understand it's super dumb. Like it'd be the equivalent if I went to Australia and I bought like a Chico roll and I was like, oh, I love this packaging, I'm gonna keep it. But I don't care. It reminds me of egg waffles. And is there anything wrong about that? And so I mentioned before about the protests, and what surprised me the most about that actually was when you would ride on the MTR, on the train, people would airdrop you information about where the next protest was happening. And I heard that this happens because you can't track airdrops. I don't know if that's true, someone told me, but I found that interesting. And so obviously when it would get airdropped, it was written in Chinese. I tried using like the Google Translate app and stuff, but it didn't really come out. So I sent it to my friend from Hong Kong and he'd be like, oh yeah, it's telling people to gather like at this location. So this is the other thing that really surprised me about Hong Kong. I've heard this before, it's that tech is very cheap in Hong Kong. Doing YouTube, I have a very small setup. At the moment I'm filming on my phone. I have a camera that I take out with me when I do food stuff because it films very well in low light and it makes the food look extra delicious when you kind of like slow it down, and I love watching steam come off food. And that camera is a microphone. But when I'm at home, I had these kind of like big LED panels and sometimes the lighting can be quite harsh. So I've always wanted a ring light, but in Australia they were really expensive, or at least I wasn't able to find anywhere cheap. I probably never looked hard enough, to be honest. When I was walking past the street, I saw this. And it was only 108 Hong Kong dollars, which in American dollars, for my American viewers, is here. For my Australian viewers, it's here. Is like amazing. I couldn't believe it was so cheap and such good quality because it has 3 temperatures. It's got like fluorescent one, which is quite blue. There's a yellowy one, which is quite warm toned. And then there's one in the middle, which is, I'm actually using it right now. Then it's got about 10 different settings for how bright you can make it. And it has a little thing so you can clip your phone right in the middle of it. Can you see the ring light? Creepy eyes. I feel like I need to do like a beauty YouTube where they're like, with like NCS music playing in the background. I came all the way to Hong Kong to see Australian animals. Feels just like I'm in Australia. Oh look, my house. They said we have to be really quiet in there. There's koalas. If you even talk a little bit, they're like, shh. But like, my garden in Australia is louder than this. It's really nice that everyone's being respectful though. The funny thing is, there's a bird over there. It's in like my backyard all the time. Okay, now onto the rest of the haul. I bought these as a gift to give to some people back when I got here in Seoul. And it's like 35% like mango pudding. It kind of tasted like kind of just fruit juice pudding. So it was okay, but there's other better snacks, which actually I will show you now. I already ate these, by the way, so sorry because it's taken me so long to film this. You know, these, I've seen different brands of these in Australia and these are life. In high school, I ate so many of these egg rolls. and they are not healthy, so I do not recommend it, but they're so delicious. And the minute you touch them, they explode and you get these little flaky crumbs everywhere, and it's delicious and it's messy. And if you know a way to eat them without like making them self-implode like a circular taco, please like let me know in the comments, because they just get everywhere and they're messy, but I don't regret it because they're so delicious. This one's like a coconut one, standard egg one, and they had a lot of different flavors, and I wish I had just bought like 50 billion of these back. But you know, save something for next time, as my mom says. Look at this guy just smiling in the background. You can stay there. So I bought this bag. I have a feeling I bought it from a Korean store. I went all the way to Hong Kong to buy a bag that's from Korea. And this brand here, Forever Young, that's actually what my wallet is, which I bought in Korea. It's like a really tiny bag that your phone fits in it, your wallet fits in it, some headphones, super compact, and I wear it a lot. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen it in a few pictures there, because I wear it out most days. That was probably the only fashion item I think I bought. Actually, this is maybe my favorite thing. Because I was so sick, I got these throat lozenges, but I love the tin so much I kept it. It looks like this just like old style kind of, honestly, I don't even know what I'm gonna put in. Like, you know, like how your grandma always had that one biscuit tin that you'd always open up when you went to their house, and you'd be like, oh, like shortbread butter cookies, and it was sewing supplies? That's gonna be this, except it'd be like when you're sick and you want to get a throat lozenge, you'll be disappointed because it's full of pins. And there's only one other thing I bought from Hong Kong. I went to see the Big Buddha, and they had this tea shop up there, and quite like jasmine tea, so I bought some jasmine tea. Oh, but it smells so good. I'm a very pink sort of person. I know it's a little bit of a different style video today, so thank you for watching. Oh, also, for those of you who follow me on like on Instagram or Twitter, you'll already know this. Nicola from My Korean Husband and Kate, who is also a YouTuber as well, you've probably seen her on my main channel, Sara. We've started a podcast about being foreigners living in Seoul and being YouTubers living in Seoul. So if you guys want to see that, it's called Shower Thoughts from Seoul. I will put the link down below. It's a really fun podcast. We answer a lot of your guys' questions that we often want to make videos on, but it's like too big of a topic to make like a 10-minute video on. So we kind of get into that in the podcast. At the moment, we've only got it on some platforms. We're working on getting it up on like all of the platforms. So we've done the first season, so you can kind of go and bulk watch all of that. And we'll be starting the second season up soon, which is really exciting. So if you guys are thinking of moving to Seoul, or if you want to travel, I think it's a really good podcast to enjoy. Also, on the website, the Shower Thoughts from Seoul website, our producer Kate asked us to make a bio of ourselves, and I am terrible at I make videos on the internet and I eat in them quite often, find delicious food. Anyway, I still haven't made a bio. If you guys want to make me a bio, please leave it in the comments, and I will change the best one to my bio. Please help me. I don't know how to describe what I do. I still can't explain to family members what I do. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. Look forward to some really cool new content coming this way, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. See you next time.